I remember a long time ago now, in the 1970s, when we had one of those NEAC conferences, and John Stott gave the summary speech, and he said, people are always saying, what is the irreducible minimum gospel? And I remember him saying, I don't want an irreducible minimum gospel, I want the whole gospel. And it was kind of a wonderful rhetorical flourish. Now, of course, we all know that there are times somebody sitting on a railway train next to you suddenly says, is that book you're reading about God? Can you tell me about God or Jesus or something? And you've got 5 minutes before the next stop. What do you say? We've all been in situations like that, and basically you say a quick prayer and you go for it. But at the center of it must be Jesus himself. Not a theory, not an idea, but actually something about this person. Because, and I was just talking to a friend yesterday who said, here is this wonderful house which is the Christian faith. What's the front door? Where do people come and go? And the answer is, it is Jesus himself. That take Jesus away and you're left with a bunch of very odd theories which may or may not make sense to people. But the figure of Jesus himself always has been central and utterly compelling. And of course, it's to do with who he was. It's to do with the meaning of his death. It's to do with his resurrection particularly. But it's to do with the fact that in and through Jesus, the living God opened the great door of his new world, which he's been intending to make, and invited us all to come through it with him. And somehow to say that, and you can contextualize that every which way you like for the person who maybe only has 2 minutes to live or only 2 minutes beside you on the train, something about Jesus, something about what God did through him, particularly through his death and resurrection. Those are the things, however you're going to stitch it together, which want to be in that irreducible minimum.